setting for one of college football's most overlooked rivalries is Middle America. But today, the stage is 4,000 miles away on the east coast of Ireland and the Emerald Isle's capital city of Dublin and Aviva Stadium for the continuation of the sport's longest uninterrupted series. Iowa State and Kansas State, two Big 12 championship and college football playoff contenders, square off for the 109th time in the Week 0 featured matchup, drawing attention both globally and back home in the USA, setting the table for the 2025 season. Iowa State quarterback Rocco Becht makes his 28th career start. Kansas State's Avery Johnson, a potential Big 12 Player of the Year and Heisman Trophy candidate, in front of a full house here in Ireland. And we welcome you to the Aer Lingus College Football Classic. And for the first time ever, you're watching the Big 12 on ESPN from Dublin, Ireland. The first game between ranked teams in Ireland. Number 22, Iowa State, coming off arguably its greatest season yet against number 17, Kansas State, many people's favorite to win the conference and play in the college football playoff. Dave Pasch, Dusty Dvorak, and Taylor McGregor with you. Welcome back to college football. So glad to have you with us. High anticipation for this game. It has been off the charts here in Dublin. And Ireland really, Dusty, has come to signify the start of the college football season.
The scene, the setting here in Dublin, it's awesome and it's very unique. So unique, I was at a pub today, one of 6,000 here in Dublin, and the Cyclones fans, the Wildcats fans, they were living it up. There was a palpability in the air here. The Guinness was flowing. Mine was non-alcoholic, but everybody was having a good time. Ready for today's matchup.
All right, this game, it has a little bit of a bowl game type feel, an exhibition between two star performers putting on a show for the locals, but obviously it's a regular season game and a very important one when you consider the context of all the great games we have on ESPN and ABC over the next 10 days. It's as big as any.
We were down the field. This feels like a Big 12 championship game, and this year in college football, it's as wide open as any that I can remember going into that, and nothing more emblematic of that than this Big 12 conference. It is wide open. Over half the league's teams could win this league. It's going to be so much fun, so much excitement, so much competition, and there might not be a bigger game in the Big 12 than the one we're going to see here right today in Week 0.
5 different champs the last 5 years in the Big 12. Arizona State last year. Let's take a closer look at our teams today with Kansas State a year ago starting 7-1, rose to number 13 in the polls, but the Wildcats quickly fell out of Big 12 title contention with 3 losses down the stretch. But heading into 2025, K-State is the favorite to win the league according to ESPN analytics.
Look, they've got an excellent team, and Avery Johnson coming back this season. I think he takes a big step in year number 2. He's got weapons in the backfield and wide receiver, a veteran front 7. High hopes in Manhattan for this Wildcat team.
Iowa State began 2024 7-0, first time since 1938. And close out the regular season beating Kansas State for the 2nd straight year and 4th time in the last 5 seasons. But the Cyclones' playoff dream died in the Big 12 championship game against the aforementioned Arizona State Sun Devils. Still, Iowa State won its bowl game in a program record 11th contest.
A lot coming back on this Iowa State team, and Matt Campbell told us he learned a lesson from the 2020 season into 2021. He said he took his foot off the gas after they made it to Arlington in 2020. That affected the 2021 season. He wasn't going to make that mistake again. It's been the most physical camp since he's been in Ames, Iowa. Now his 10th season, and this is a team that they really feel what they have on both sides of the ball can get back to Arlington and claim the crown of the Big 12.
First international game ever for Iowa State. This is only the 10th college football game in Ireland as the globalization of the sport continues to skyrocket. And The game a year ago might have been the best here in Dublin, with Georgia Tech knocking off then a top 10 team in Florida State. We're going to hear from Taylor McGregor a little bit later for more on the game, but first to get more on the local feel for how folks in Dublin are consuming college football. Taylor, hit the streets.
Well, as you can tell, we are working hard to make sure the Irish better understand college football. And speaking of hard work, the operations staffs at both Iowa State and Kansas State have been working hard for 16 months to make sure this game today could go off. Beginning with passports, nearly 40% of the athletes in this game had to get a passport to be able to leave the country for the very first time. And of course, when you go internationally, hydration and nutrition are so important. So Iowa State told me they had to travel with 2,500 pounds of snacks, 1,800 pounds of Gatorade, in addition to all the regular equipment, which that equipment includes 2 separate pairs of cleats, which is important because with the rain in the area here today, most of the athletes will be wearing 7-stud cleats. Now also, this is a Kansas State home game, so K-State had to travel their entire game day production crew. So the PA announcer, music, video board will be as if we are in Manhattan, Kansas here today. How about that? 16 months culminating in this moment right here, Dave Pash.
And you mentioned staying hydrated. That is very subjective here in Dublin as to how you hydrate based on what we've seen from a lot of the locals and how the Kansas State and Iowa State fans have enjoyed Dublin, Ireland. 69 degrees at kickoff. As Taylor mentioned, it has been raining most of the day. The sunshine peeking out here at Aviva Stadium. Kansas State won the toss and deferred, so Iowa State will get the ball first. The 2025 college football season is underway from Dublin, Ireland. And after the touchback, Iowa State will start on its 25-yard line.